Well, Satish, that's a real pleasure and an honor to have you with us.
And my pleasure too. What a big event. And I'm so inspired to see people from so many countries and all ages, but particularly I'm inspired to see so many young people. So thank you for coming and making this event a great event.
Well, I was saying you were a source of inspiration for us. Inspiration for, I would say, your kindness and for your wisdom. And when I was working with the team on the content and the program, I was saying, okay, we need to finish with wisdom. Because if we manage to have here the people energized by the event and they go out with the energy, with the action, and the wisdom, maybe this is how we manage to make change.
Yeah.
And so my question
Yeah.
for you here
Yeah.
is that I have the feeling that there is a part of wisdom in every one of us. But how can we really make it shine?
How can we make change?
No, and shine our wisdom, because everyone has a part of wisdom.
Yes, yes. Everyone has a seed of wisdom, but seed of wisdom, like seed in the soil, has to be nurtured. It has to be watered. So, in all of us, in our soul, in our spirit, there's a wisdom. But it is dormant. It's not cultivated. It's not nurtured. And we get distracted with money, technology, jobs, politics. We get distracted. So what we need to do every day, at least 20 minutes, put your phone away, put your computers away, put all the worldly things away, close your eyes, look within. Every one of us are very special. And that uniqueness, like every flower is special. You are a flower. But are you watering the flower? You are a rose. Are you watering the rose? So by every day, closing your eyes and think about love. Think about joy. Think about hope. Think about trust. These are the qualities we need in our lives. And when you every day focus on it, like every day you look at Facebook, or every day you look at some Twitter, or some newspaper, or some radio, your mind is conditioned with politics and economics and so on. But if you look away from those and contemplate on joy, love, trust, generosity, kindness, compassion, friendship, these are the qualities which you will not find on a Facebook. You will not find on a Twitter. You won't find in a Le Monde or New York Times. That you'll find in your heart. So, the cultivating that wisdom, cultivating that love, cultivating that joy, and then you do that, you are strong. And then you go out in the world, activism, changing the world, you are strong. Because you are coming from a very strong position, like a flower blossoming. And then all your activism will give you joy, give you pleasure. Mahatma Gandhi said that I will go to prison like a bridegroom goes to wedding chamber. That's the wisdom. So our activism should come from a deep source of love, compassion for the earth, compassion for the future generations. So everybody has to take responsibility for cultivating their own wisdom. An artist is not a special kind of person, but every person is a special kind of artist. So think of yourself as an artist. I'm an artist. And I'm going to live my life like an artist. The moment you have that focus in your heart, you can cultivate wisdom. And that is our responsibility. Wisdom is not going to be given to you by some guru or some teacher or some book or some church or temple or mosque or something else. It is in your heart. I mean, those outside books and teachers can help you maybe to remind you, but eventually it's everybody's responsibility to cultivate that wisdom and make yourself strong, make yourself confident, make yourself resilient. Then you'll be a strong person to be an activist to change the world. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, so you finished saying changing the world, okay? And that's also asked the question of what is our place in the world, you know? There is a moment in the Bible, for example, which is very well known, the Noah's Ark. Okay. In the Bible, Noah had to save all the animals and the life on planet.
Yes.
Okay. So sometimes I was thinking, maybe this is finally our role. Our role is not necessarily just to live in it, but maybe a role of protector. But this is just my feeling. That's maybe a bit very high feeling, you know. But I wanted just to know, for you, what's your vision of the place of the human on the planet?
Humans have a very important place on this planet Earth because we are born with consciousness. And that consciousness connects us with everything. Relationship. We are all breathing the same air. And by our breath, we are connected. All living beings are breathing the same air. And through our breath, we are connected. So our place on this earth is to connect. Only connect. Everything is connected. Everything. Our body is connected with everything. Earth, air, fire, water, imagination, creativity, consciousness, compassion, kindness, love, heart, soul, everything is here. So in the same way we are connected with nature, we are connected with people. So the place of human beings on this earth is to realize that we are all connected. We are all interrelated. We are all interdependent. Great teacher Thich Nhat Hanh, Buddhist teacher, says, we are interbeings. That's a beautiful word to remember. So the place of humans on this earth to realize that we are all connected. We are all in relationship. Only thing we have is relationship. Relationship with ourselves, relationship with our fellow husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, mother, father, children, neighbors, workplace, wherever we are, trees, birds, insects, we are all related. The moment you remember that eternal, cardinal principle of relationship, of connectedness, you will find great joy in your life. I mean, it's easy to say, oh no, I don't like that, or I don't like that, I hate that. And that by saying that, you are disconnecting yourself. So the place of humans is to realize that we are all connected, and whatever the situation, negative, positive, whatever the situation, we will act to make the situation better because we are all connected. So realization of that connectivity and relationship is the place of humans on this earth.
I agree with you, Satish, that connection is super important. And this is what we do at Change Now. Change Now is all about connecting everyone on a mission.
Yes.
And still, there is a challenge to do it because people are afraid or have different interests, or sometimes they say, I'm better than you. Or what do you have to say about that and how we can go beyond that?
Yes. We are humans. We are not perfect. A little bit of anger, a little bit of fear, a little bit of dislike, judgment. These are all part of our being. So we have to embrace our humanity and we have to say, yes, I'm not perfect. And yet, there is a greater power within me which is greater than my fear, greater than my anger, greater than my dislikes, greater than my hatred. And that power is the power of love. And love will save the day. Love will save the earth. Love will save the future humanity. So if we focus on that, like when you light a candle, darkness disappears. The moment you focus on love, your compassion, on kindness, on generosity, your fear will disappear. Your dislike will disappear. It's very easy to like somebody who is very nice, who is kind to you, who likes you. But when you can like somebody or love somebody who doesn't kind of agreeable with you, somebody is not so nice, somebody is not so good, and still you can love. That is the great challenge. Liking or loving somebody whom you like or who's a good person is okay. That's normal. Anybody can do that. But our challenge is to cultivate that light, that love. And actually, love is the answer to all your questions. What is your question? Love is the answer. Whatever is your question. This is why I said in my other meeting, I love this idea that France is a country of love. That's a wonderful idea. Humanity should be humanity of love. This whole earth should be the earth of love. If we can have that, then we can solve the problem of global warming, climate change, poverty, conflicts, wars, all the problems we have today. We can solve them by that generosity of our heart. And so, yes, I agree that a little bit of fear, a little bit of anger is part of us. But we don't have to focus on it. Like in a garden, you have weeds. But you don't have to focus on weeds. You can take the weeds out, put on the compost. The weeds will be transformed into soil. In the same way, a little bit of anger, a little bit of fear, a little bit of distrust, a little bit of dislike, consider them as the weeds in your garden of heart. And take them out and put them on some compost. And let this anger and fear and jealousy and dislike become the soil again. But water and cultivate the roses, the strawberries, the raspberries, the potatoes, the carrots, the apples. Cultivate those. And that's the compassion, kindness, love, generosity, love of the earth, nature, walking in nature, looking up the trees. What a magical world we have. It's a majestic, it's a magical, the beautiful mountains, the beautiful sunset, the beautiful sunrise, humanity, children, beautiful women, beautiful men. Celebrate. That is the answer. We have forgotten how to celebrate life. If we celebrate life, life is beautiful. Nature is beautiful. Humanity is beautiful. Beauty above us, beauty below us. But at the moment, People are cultivating anger, fear, and mistrust. And therefore, we create the security and we create so much armaments. If you put all the world's armaments and military budget on one side, and the military budget of Pentagon and the United States on the other side, the military budget of the United States is bigger than the rest of the whole world. Russia, China, India, Europe, whole world. Why? Because we are cultivating fear. We are cultivating mistrust. We are cultivating dislike. So I would like to, our effort and our imagination, our attention to put in cultivating trust among people and love among people, then we will not need so many weapons and so many wars and so many conflicts.
Well, about fear, especially, my question was, and my question is love able to win today? Who's winning? Love is winning?
Love is winning. What has brought you all here? Love. What, and at the moment, Extinction Rebellion. Thousands of people are acting out of love for the earth. Greta Thunberg, young woman from Sweden, and hundreds of thousands of young boys and girls around the world, in India, in China, in America, in Europe, in Africa, in South America, everywhere. Hundreds of thousands of young boys and girls are saying, school strike, Friday for the future. We want new education, which will be relevant for the world of tomorrow. Now that is winning. That is real. There are millions of people in the world today who are working for good farming, good food, good life. Mothers are looking after children. I think the next revolution has to be feminized. Women have to lead the world. Because at the moment, the masculine principle of control, of domination, of subjugation, that is ruining the world. So if we can have a more feminine principle of participation, of sharing, of caring, of looking after Mother Earth, motherhood. So, and I'm glad that Greta Thunberg is a woman and a young, and suddenly she's emerging like a great leader, and she's so fearless, has no fear. She goes to Davos, she goes to America, United Nations, and speaks with fearlessness, and speaks with her heart. And so we need many, many young people, particularly girls, women, to come forward and be the leaders. And then I think love is winning and love will win.
We could stay hours with you, you know? We could stay hours talking with you.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, this is coming to an end. So I have one last question.
Yes.
One last question. Well, you have here a room full of people who are inspired, who have really the urgency also to act.
Yeah.
A room, plenty of love. What's your last advice, maybe for us, for us before we leave outside from here?
What can we do?
Yeah, and what's your advice for us?
What's your advice? My advice to you is, before you leave, find somebody you don't know and talk to them. Somebody not known to you. If you can make new friends, friendship is the most important principle. You know, in the Buddhist tradition, we say the next incarnation of the Buddha will be in friendship. Wherever there's a friendship, there is a presence of Buddha. And occasions like this should be a place of creating friendship. And out of friendship, action will grow. Because we all, as you said, we are facing great emergency. The ice is melting in the Arctic. The fire in Australia has given us a great example and evidence that global warming, climate change is real. Last 5 years have been the hottest 5 years since the record began. All these examples show that we are facing great emergency. So the time is now for us to act and live a different way of life. Small footprint on planet Earth. Living elegant simplicity. I have written a book called Elegant Simplicity. And it's being translated into French. It's coming out in October. And so, living elegant, simple life, being simple, spiritually, psychologically, intellectually, physically. If we can simplify our life and celebrate the friendship, because we have forgotten that friendship is the real source of joy. We are so busy with our work, our computers, our internet, our emails, and a job, 9 to 5, and we have no time for friends. So one advice I will give you is make friends. And friendship is unconditional. You don't say, I like you, I am your friend because you are rich or poor or educated or uneducated or young or old, you are this or that. There is no judgment. Friendship is this relationship where there are no expectations, only acceptance. And when you drop your expectations and celebrate acceptance of the other as the other is, then out of that accepted relationship grows a new action. And so all our activism should come out of friendship. And without even expecting some results. Because action and activism is a journey of love. It is not something to achieve tomorrow. Because if you are hankering for achievement tomorrow, you might be disappointed. So activism is a journey of love, and every day we act out of friendship. So friendship with other people, and friendship with nature, friendship with trees, friendship with oceans, friendship with our children, friendship for the future generations. So for me, I would like you to go away with this mantra of friendship.
Satish Kumar.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.